Mm. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. We're here finding peace together. Hey, I don't know if you've noticed, but this is the 31st video that we have done. 31 in a row finding peace. And I'm going to tell you, this is going to be the best one yet. Why? Because I'm going to be talking about my shoes. My shoes. Something very interesting happened just last night. I'm going to talk about that. But first, if you would, please share this video if it serves you. Comment below asking any questions or let me know how it serves you. I appreciate you, and I again hope that this and all of these Finding Peace videos do serve you well. So, let's talk about my shoes. Here they are. Now, you may notice that they are pretty much just a black sneaker. All right? No logo anywhere that I can see on the outside. They're just a black sneaker with black sole, and they just look like shoes to me. Okay. Now, there is a story behind them. They actually were created by a couple who has a very cool story that is chronicled in The Humans of New York. So they may just look to you and me like normal shoes, but they have an very interesting story. So why is this important? Why am I talking about my shoes? Last night I was in a restaurant, and it was a pretty nice restaurant, and I was in the lobby, and it was pretty dark in there. I was focused on getting to my table because my friend was there and I was late. And there was a woman standing next to me, and she says, "You're wearing Adams." And I was shocked because, as I said, they are Adams, by the way, but they just look like shoes to me. All right. But she says, "Yeah, those are Adams." And I wish I had asked her more questions about how she knew. But in this lobby, in this 115-year-old restaurant with just Spanish murals and plaques on the wall and stuff like that, this woman, in very low light, identified these shoes. That's what she saw. It floored me because I noticed in that moment, hey, she could have been looking at thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of other things. But she noticed in the near dark my shoes and identified the brand. So, what does this tell us? Well, let's get practical. She chose to look at shoes, and she must have known something about them. And she looked at shoes very differently than you and I look at shoes. What do we choose to look at? Say you're looking at someone, just someone you meet, or maybe even a friend. Notice what you are looking at and how you choose to see certain things about them. My guess is that you don't think of them and see them as a respiratory system or as blood pumping through an amazing body. My guess is you're not thinking about their brain. But you could. And what if you saw them in a different light? Say, a spiritual being in a physical body. You could choose that too, because we can choose what we focus on in each and every moment. And we can choose to give it meaning or not, but that we'll talk about in an episode coming up. So, how do we use this practically? Well, when it comes up, when you remember my shoes, think about, what am I noticing now? What could I notice that's different, that I am blocking out, choosing not to see? I think you may find that when we choose to see certain things in people, in situations, they change. And when we notice that we can choose what we see, our life changes. Yeah. So now let's choose the simultaneous piece, the 31st one in a row, maybe even the best simultaneous piece yet. I invite you in this moment to pause and just notice the piece in, around, and throughout all. The piece that can't go anywhere, can't be bigger or smaller. The piece that is. And I invite you to allow this piece to radiate through, transform, and enrich what you see, hear, feel, what you do today. And maybe allow this piece to radiate beyond you, beyond your body, into all of consciousness. Again, I hope this serves you, and I'll talk with you tomorrow.